Show.
Slow down. Life is to be savored.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another video about safety. My name is Garniel, and what you might not know about me is that my name is also Kegsy, the Brewmaster monk who spends his time off-tanking raids in World of Warcraft. When I'm not busy wiping to Salad Bar for the 50th time, I spend most of my time fishing, or flying around on my Zen Cloud. It's a good life here in the World of Warcraft, but it's also a dangerous one. The globe of Azeroth is afroth with enemies and ne'er-do-wells that are chomping at the bit to make your repair bill skyrocket. But enemies aren't the only thing dangerous here in Azeroth, as I've discovered some pretty shocking safety violations that will surprise you. And with the price of transmogs going through the fucking roof, I've decided to moonlight as a safety inspector. I've been contracted by the Gnomes of Ironforge to give their once fair city of Gnomeregan a once-over to prepare it for its eventual reinhabitation, which I assure you is going to happen. Eventually. My friend who works at Blizzard told me. Anyways, before all this, wait. I've been playing WoW since 2004. Oh god. Well, during all this, I was a safety manager in a soup factory, which taught me a lot and scarred me in ways that nowadays I can only exfoliate from my psyche with monosyllabic grunts and rage-fueled yowlings. It was a great time. Anyways, all that aside, Gnomeregan is an absolute death trap, and I'm gonna set this place straight. If you noticed anything about this place or any of the other many locations in the World of Warcraft that might not exactly be up to code, please do let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. Alright, let's get in. It might surprise you to know that I'm not affiliated with the Survivor Assistance Facilitation Expedition, or SAFE, and I'm not even an offshoot of them. I'm just a private inspector, and I'm just gonna start and say it. It's not a good look to have an automaton working unsupervised right here at the entrance, bud. Now, I'm not anti-automation, and in fact, I've been accused of being an automaton sympathizer. But this thing needs to be barricaded off. It's obviously a permanent fixture, and it's basically now just an unchecked pinching hazard. I don't like the fact that nobody's watching this thing work either. What if it goes rogue and starts ideating socialist propaganda? You can't leave a thing like this unattended, and it needs some kind of barrier surrounding it, whether that's physical barricades or, dude, even demarcation tape. If it was just some sort of small industrial arm robot, I might be a little more lenient. But this thing is obviously used for excavating, and that's even more dangerous. In addition, there's no reason for these gears to be so exposed. Not only would encasing them protect the machinery, it would also protect your little gnome fingers. I guess this explains why you all only have 3 digits. Okay, this is probably the worst controlled demolition site I've ever laid eyes on. There's 0 signage, 0 physical barriers, and practically no on-site security to keep unauthorized personnel from entering. I mean, I just wandered in here, and now this gnome is asking me to help her seal off this tunnel with explosives. Did you guys even conduct a survey to see if this is safe to do? What if there's asbestos in here? And whether there's asbestos or not, there's absolutely no dust suppression or debris management system anywhere in sight. Fuck, dude, at this point, I'd be happy with a shop vac zip-tied to a giant garbage bag. Also, this gnome's training is incredibly subpar. She literally just counted down and told me, better move, lol. Do you want this to happen to your civilians? This could kill someone. I want to see way more documentation and training next time you're conducting a demolition, okay? I'm gonna have to write you up for this one. Alright, this is ridiculous. This whole area, this shouldn't even be accessible. This place is probably more radioactive than the elephant's foot in Chernobyl. I mean, if you're gonna send adventurers down here, you could at least set them up with some signage to put up while they're here. Why is there 0 signage in this entire place anyways? There's no pinch warnings, no demarcation lines. This whole area needs ionizing radiation warning signs. I'd love a trefoil symbol, but I almost feel like people ignore that sign these days just because of its overuse in media. I'd like to see you use something more like this, with skulls and stuff. This is an inexcusable oversight. This whole area, I don't even want to know how high the Röntgen levels are here. I'm officially declaring this the Gnomeregan exclusion zone. I don't want to see this place next time I come here. Do you have a basement I can throw my gear into? I can't take this stuff home with me. I don't know what you're doing with this airplane up in this giant claw, but That's not the proper way to suspend an airplane so that you can work on it, dude. It should, first of all, it should just be on the ground. It should be on its landing gear, and you should just use some airplane jacks. There's no reason to have it 20 meters up in the air just waiting to fall. This is ridiculous. Get some airplane jacks. The reason I bring this up even is because this is a really clean hangar that you got going on here. I noticed that this is like one of the safest and cleanest work areas in all of Gnomeregan. This is great. Really clean. Look at, they even have toolboxes that don't have tools scattered all over the floor. All the airplanes are parked in logical, out-of-the-way places, like it's all out of the causeway. I don't really know what all these terminals are for or why they seem to be self-operating. But, you know, whatever. That's fine. I can deal with this. I just wanted to point out that you got a really nice hangar here, bud. I would love to see the philosophy of this hangar replicated throughout all of Gnomeregan, so let's work on this, okay? And then there's this bullshit. Does something look weird about this ramp to you? Yeah, I'll tell you what's fucking weird. How is this angle even physically possible? The absolute, like, upper limit of a ramp is a 20-degree angle, and this is like 45 degrees. And that might be a generous estimate. I mean, it's looking more like a 60-degree angle, bud. You ain't getting a forklift up this. What do you even use this ramp for? Surely you're just throwing cheese wheels down this and chasing after them. What are you possibly doing with this ramp? You need to slope this ramp out. There's no way this is ever. I hate this. This door needs more indication that it's a door. It's got no demarcation lines. There's no button to press. I presumably just walk up to it and it opens, and there's like no warning that you could get crushed by this giant piece of moving machinery. I keep going through this place and thinking to myself, it can't possibly be any worse, and it just keeps getting worse. This is ridiculous. Because then there's this bullshit, which is just, what is this? What is this machinery supposed to do? It just opens up and shoots out a bomb. What are the bombs for? Is this some kind of weird demolition thing? Yet again, have you done asbestos surveys? I don't think so. And then why can you just, what is this, like an AZ5 button, and you just shut them down? How is anybody supposed to know that? Again, zero training, zero signage, zero oversight. I just don't understand where you went wrong. Where did this all occur? What are the steps that led up to this place being a functioning city? Did it ever even function? This elevator is way too fast, dog. And while we're on the topic of elevators, what is this even? What kind of elevator door is this supposed to be? Do I have to say pinching hazard again? Because I will. This is normally the time where I would start talking about guardrails and how important they are, but you've clearly got some crazy gnomish technology, which you should be sharing with the world. I don't know why invisible walls aren't a thing in real life. They should be. Yet here we are. No guardrails, and I was gonna ding you for this as soon as I saw this, but this is a feat of engineering, and I am way into it. And yet, you're only using it in this one area. There's so many other areas in this whole city that need guardrails, especially this whole tunnel system, which apparently used to be some kind of monorail thing, and I know it's not operating now, but if it was at one point, you'd really want some guardrails, especially on this walkway, because you can imagine that the rail was probably operating at high speeds with a lot of hangover, and, you know, somebody could get clipped really easily if there weren't some guardrails in place, and not to mention people just falling into the channel. So, you've got the technology, why don't you use it? Oh, right, you had the technology to fix Gnomeregan, and you used it, and it backfired. But you know what's never backfired? Fucking guardrails. Yo, so clean, you guys, good job. Hey y'all, thanks a lot for watching another Garfield of the Week safety video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you enjoy the ones that I've got lined up. If you have a suggestion for a video game you'd like me to check out for one of these safety videos, please leave it in the comments below. I read every single comment I get, so I promise you it won't be missed. Thanks a lot again for watching, and have a great week. Remember to be nice to yourself and be nice to other people, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.